orchestra. My dad is Kenneth Griffin, who started ATSSB. So I've been a part of this San Antonio when they had paddle boats back in the 1970s. So I've been here a lot. I have really specific things to tell you, and so it's all on the handout, but I'm going to go through it and take chunks of excerpt every time. And let's start with number 4. So obviously this is just a technical thing. It's Fairling. Frankly, I wish we didn't do Fairling in high school. They're really kind of college excerpts. They're really hard all around, especially when you have flat reeds and the oboes are really hard to maintain. At some point, actually, I told my dad that I'd be happy to do like an oboe repair workshop just to kind of do an easy way to adjust an oboe. So after this, if any of you are interested, I would be thrilled for 10 minutes to show you very quickly how to adjust an oboe, some of the basic stuff. So this piece, there's 2 things at the beginning I talk about how to do, but I'm going to do that at the end. So let's just break right into it. And measure 1, all the way through this piece, you either take the first or the second note is what you grab. Please use your accents for your tongue and not for thrusting, okay? I mean, if you put your hand here and you see my stomach, it does thrust, but it's more for placement of a note. It's not so much a, or you're going to get way out of rhythm, okay? So it's really just a matter of emphasizing the note with your tongue. And then if you go to measure 3, there are a lot of places in here that it's off of the first beat, and you can easily rush. So measure 3, measure 19 way down there. You can easily play it wrong, like instead of. So just make sure you don't rush when it's on the second beats like that. Measures 1 through 8, there's no dynamics other than the fortissimo. So you really have to play with the phrase. It's like Vivaldi's music, where you just have to go down when it goes down, go up when it goes up. There's nothing too fancy about it. So you kind of go down to measure 3, and you come up all the way to measures 7, and then all the way into 8, okay? So like I said, the accents are there for your tongue, and in measure 8, it's really important for pitch. A lot of times in fast ones, we don't think about pitch as much as the slow pieces, but here's a really good example in measure 8 that you'll wind up, probably 99% of the people playing it will do this, and if you don't do this, you'll stand out. You'll do this one. Listen to the A's. Right? They'll do that. Okay? Did you hear the A's were really out of pitch? Right. I know that doesn't sound really bad to your ear, but when the judge is listening over and over and over and the A's are really sharp every time and one of them doesn't do it, it's like, oh, yay. Okay? And no one is smiling or looking happy to be here. So we're going to have a few jokes in a little bit so you guys can lighten up. Oboists are very serious people. All right, first third, I'm going to play that for you, all right? Okay, so you just kind of follow the line all the way through it. Second section, and I broke the notes into the section so you can see. Did you get one of these? Okay, cool. I broke the second section up. Measure 10, haha, and 12, haha. There are a few ways to practice this, and this is a really vital thing. I kind of wish I was talking to clarinetists and flutists too. First of all, you just play the low notes. That doesn't really help you. You do it in rhythms. You do it many ways. One of the most important things in oboe that you can do is practice hands separately. And what I mean by that is you can either do it on your leg or on a table. So think about this on your leg and separate your hands. What I mean by that, take that measure and just do your right hand. It's kind of awkward at first. When you do your right hand, C, C, D, C, E, C, D, and you do it with just your right hand, you realize, wow, okay, this is awkward. Right around the third beat, my right hand doesn't move. Now watch my hand for a second for the first 2 beats. So that's where you're going to mess up, is that third beat. Now watch what happens to my left hand. It's so easy. So guess what? That measure, if you're messing up, it's your right hand. And when you practice, it doesn't have to take hours and hours and hours. You could right then realize that measure and what the problem is, and you're done. You don't have to practice it 30 different times, right? So be smart about your practice and find those things. So importantly, throw away high C and ignore it. Just totally ignore it, okay? When you start to get to the point where you can play it. All the rhythms that are up at the top. Previously I messed up, and it was exactly the one I told you because my fingers moved when it shouldn't. Then the same thing for the measure 12. If you have a really good up-pitch reed, you won't have to be doing the seesaw, the hee-haw, the, you know, that kind of thing. You don't have to do that if your reed is in pitch. All right? Then go and make sure when you get to measure 10 to grab that low C. Don't freak out, okay? Grab the low C before you start. Otherwise, you're lost, okay? They want to hear the low notes, not the honky, chicky things up top, okay? I got a smile out of you. All right, good. What? You going to say something? Oh, yes, I had a question. Okay, measure 13. Don't forget that the third beat is a G sharp. I know that's kind of a duh, but I can't tell you how many people play that, okay? It's a G sharp. Measure 14, worst arpeggio possible on the oboe. Because when you go between C and A, there's a blippy thing. Right that. You have to make it look like you have a seesaw, and you practice it like that. And the same, unfortunately, for A to F sharp. Right? There's so many blippy things. So it is the seriously worst. To me, that's much worse than measure 10 and 12. Super yucky hard, okay? So the way to do that, like I said, is to really slow practice between those blips, get them faster so that, I have the worst problem in beat 3, between the C and the A. That's where you'll hear blippy on me. And then the last measure, 15 there, don't rush, don't throw away the last 3 notes. And don't do that, because then you'll get counted off out of time, but don't just go ba-ba-da-da, because you are going to have a fermata there. All right, this section. Okay, so I totally messed a high C on measure 10. The one that I said I would miss. So there you go. Last third, measure 17. Practice this measure with different tonguing combinations because it's a tricky one. I would practice the whole measure. I reverse the first 2 beats every time. That way, I mean, it's super tricky. And I do double tongue when I get super fast. I say super a lot. Yes, I realize that. I do double tonguing when I get really, really fast. And it's frankly because I've played with flutes my whole life and trumpets. And there's a certain, I don't mean dynamic by loud and soft. I mean dynamic by the color of articulation that when you don't double tongue and your partner, flute or trumpet does double tongue, you're kind of out of sync. So I learned to double tongue so that I could play with flutes really well. We can talk about that after après-ski, after this excerpt time, if you want to know about that a little bit. I don't recommend it in high school, frankly, but you can start experimenting because I did and it was fun. It's super awkward too, so I said it again. So practice it with different combinations and make sure that you place the D on the 4th beat so you're not rushing. So you can get ahead of your tongue. Place that D. You don't have to accent it, but just place it so that you don't rush. And measure 21. I have so many problems, I don't know why, with the E before the C. I keep losing it. So make sure that that one is paid attention to. And then the last thing is those 2 A's. While they are equal, they're not quite equal because it's still a rebound from the first A. You still have an emphasis without it sounding weird, okay? So, last section.
That's nice.
You can unplug